Alright guys, welcome back. I'm back here with Keenan. You guys, met him last episode. With another friend of mine named Adil.
Adil online, look me up, I'm good.
Yes, and G4 is back. Well, it's not back yet. It's actually coming back. It's announcing its return. It'll be back sometime next year. Will it be still under the same people? Did they
require a license?
Require a license. How is all that? Because it went through like a couple of eras.
Who is bringing it back? IGN?
No, I think it's its own separate thing right now. I think the main thing is that they're trying to bring it back to how it used to be back in the good old days.
The irony is that IGN posted the video. That's the irony. Look, man, the whole point of G4, for me at least, it wasn't really the shows or anything. It's just it was the best stream of information to get games back in the day. But now the internet is at peak information highway. I just don't see why people want this to come back.
Perhaps for nostalgia purposes. I think it's also kind of cool because it'll be like I see it as a good thing as it can be our ESPN when it comes to competition.
Now see that would be awesome.
Rather than getting ESPN involved. Remember when G-Force, remember how it was when it initially started out? It had episodes like Judgment Day and Portal and things like that. It had a lineup, and then it switched over and started showing more.
Yeah, they did a lot
what was that? They had a show I think called
stuff.
Ninja Warrior was on there, right?
Ninja Warrior and Beat Bazooka. They do a lot of Japanese game show stuff.
Yeah.
The main thing
was Masters on that G4? Was that Spike? That was Spike.
One thing about the esports thing that I always wanted to see again is that the first thing that I saw was it was esports team versus team thing, but every person on the team had a different game they were into. So there was a team of 5 that did Counter-Strike. There was one person that was a fighting game, whatever fighting game they were trying to push at the time.
You talking about the staff? That
was what they were doing. That was the first thing I ever seen. That's when I saw that the fighting games were actually fought competitively. That's why I saw Counter-Strike being done in intended form and stuff like. I want to say Quake.
Quake, yeah, I'm assuming you're saying Quake, because I remember Quake being on there.
Yeah, Quake and Counter-Strike and DOA 4 at the time. That was because Modern Warfare didn't come out yet. It was just Call of Duty 3 at the time. That's how old it was. But it was just those 3, and that was your go-tos. And then Modern Warfare game changed actually everything.
I mean, that's kind of where I stopped watching E4 like that anyways. Like you say you want an esports scene, you want them to do an esports ESPN type thing. That'd be dope. But the headlines would only be League of Legends,
Dota,
other MOBA type games.
And I'm kind of fine with that though.
Yeah,
I mean that's
actually
fine.
Super okay with that.
But I'm also the only thing I actually wanted to see is impossible right now because it's imploding on itself.
What is?
No, the FGC scene.
Oh yeah.
Their tournaments, it's amazing. The EVO tournaments are amazing to watch, and if they were on G4, that would be sick. But also, it's imploded.
Well, Alex Bailey can hop on that for CEO.
Who's that?
The guy who runs CEO. Bailey can jump on G4, have a complete sponsorship of that, so he doesn't have to rely on Twitch.
They can get
that broadcast money on top of that.
They can get the guy who does the esports documentaries, the dude who did the Tokita. And maybe have a section just for fighting games, just use fighting games people and give updates because there's too many players where I'm just I don't get the narrative behind the game right now.
And he does that for League and Dota stuff too, so you can get it for all those other games as well.
And my water bottle.
So basically, you can get a rundown for who matters in the review and in what's going on right now, and you can see the good storylines about it.
Well, do you know what the plan is? It's getting a TV channel? Is it getting?
I'm assuming because they're saying it's a revival, so I'm assuming it's going to actually get on broadcast television again. And but what type of format it's coming under, I'm assuming it's going to lean back more towards gaming because I don't think that the same director that moved it towards that more man-centric shows with the UFC and stuff. I don't think he's coming back under it. So I think it's going to move more towards that gaming scene.
That's
Pretty much
where
how it was supposed to be initially.
instead of being a cops fest.
Yeah.
The main thing I
Oh,
do want to
sad.
see coming back was G4.
Attack of the Show.
I don't know what Attack of the Show was. I just saw it and like I could watch something else. But I know that they did this thing with G4 that I like, where they just did skit commercial type things.
Oh,
And
the first era.
The
That was
iconic
definitely
one.
like the early 2000s.
Yeah.
The one that I will never forget,
Son of Attack.
and I watch all the time, is the S&T one, the Nocturne one, when it had this
Yeah,
old
Son of
dude
Attack.
and his wife, and they were talking about Kingdom Hearts
Nocturne
2.
Emission, yeah.
Yeah, no, they were talking. It was like they were talking about like they made it like a campaign, like a political race type thing, and they're like vote for Nocturne instead of Kingdom Hearts 2, and then they added a dash of misogyny and called it a day. And I was like, this is
Yeah, I think
this is too funny to be
because it
real.
was like 2003, 2004. So like
I'm trying to find this.
because it was like Bush and Carey was happening at the time. So it was like so Kingdom Hearts was Bush and Shin Megami Tensei 3 was Carey, and
Ironic as hell.
because Kingdom Hearts won, yeah.
Kingdom Hearts won in the end. Unbelievable.
And you're just like, you couldn't write better itself. You couldn't write better.
Oh wow.
But then
The sad part is I like both those games on a like a fanboy level. So my heart don't know where to even go with that. So let's just.
But Kingdom Hearts and
Kingdom Hearts is not there.
Nocturne.
what's funny too is that like
I don't think I
if
played
they did do a Attack of the Show and X Play,
You should play it.
I played digital though.
You'll love Nocturne.
one thing for the shows that they can bring back, like for a lot of stuff that they're doing right now, but there's a lot of celebrities that are trying to petition to get a part in the show,
Like who?
like Austin Creed, otherwise known as Xavier Woods from the New Day in WWE.
Wait.
I fly that.
Xavier Woods isn't his real name.
Yeah, his real name is Austin Creed, which is
Yeah, they use.
His name is Austin Creed.
Austin.
Austin.
His name is
I was gonna
Austin.
freak if his name was Awesome Creed and he
Awesome
chose Xavier
Creed.
Day. Like what?
No,
Awesome
his government is Austin Creed, but his WWE name is Xavier Woods.
I for sure would have went with Awesome Creed.
It was funny.
If G4 wants to get my attention, the first thing they announce is a guy that is a God bless, please, maybe give me an app. Like if the thing I'm having an issue with is who got broadcast television anymore? You be paying for cable? Cause I don't.
It's not worth it. But to do that app and do a 24-hour thing, so it's like if it's not new stuff, it's old stuff.
You're kind of like WWE.
Yeah.
Social network or something.
Like a social network, probably not, but something like
Like a
WWE.
subscription, like a
No,
$5
not
a month
subscription.
subscription thing.
That was-
Isn't that what WWE do?
Well, I would say do it like IGN. Do it like IGN and GameSpot, where like they broadcast all the new stuff like, at the front page, but you had a backlog of all their old stuff. So,
So
like
you want-
So if you want to get all their old commercials and stuff.
all the old
Oh, you
commercials,
can get all their old.
Yeah.
access to Morgan Webb, all
Yeah.
their old tech stuff with Attack of the Show,
Attack of the Show.
their old shows like Code Monkeys.
They better not bring that back.
But like they can bring back stuff like stuff like that.
I just remember that one show, Judgment Day, where that guy really hated this baseball game. That one of the hosts, like he just hated. There was this one baseball game that came out, and he just hated it, and he would like spend like. Do you always remember that?
I think I
episode?
did.
I vaguely remember.
I think you had to like spend money trying to break the
Yeah.
like that was
Spend money
like
to do what?
to break the disc of that game. You'll grab like 5 of them and just start smashing like a baseball bat.
What? That's awesome.
Oh, remember the show Cheat?
Cheat got me through real like whole games.
What?
Like there was a show called Cheat where where they'll show you actual cheats of like games, right? So you don't have to spend money on strategy guys. It was actually kind of siphoning from that industry. I'm not gonna front.
That definitely can't come back though.
But what they can do is they can do like some walkthroughs and stuff.
Yeah, like all those guys, and that would be like interesting to see, like if they were to grab like the big YouTubers that do the walkthroughs of the
Just
playthroughs,
realized
Yeah.
what
and
they
do
could
commentary,
bring back.
Like-
and they'd be like, all right, so this is how you can do it, or even they can then take some of those guys to do speed runs, and then they can help out.
GDQ on G4 is the move.
GDQ
Like put
on
speed
G4,
runs on a daily for me because like speed running is the move. Right?
and if it's on broadcast TV, then for the people who still have a TV, it's like, hey, look, you remember Ocarina of Time? You remember that game you got your kid 20 years ago?
And it'd be
He
Mario
beat it in
64.
15 minutes.
Beat that
Beat
15
Mario
minutes.
64
Or
60
like,
minutes
there's
and
this
like,
one guy that figured out how to get to the moon, and he figured out he can show you, if they were to bring like cheat back or something like that.
Yeah,
he
Wait,
could, like,
Ocarina?
yeah, like he was saying how, I can't remember the guy's name. I probably might try to. Well, I'll try to find it when I edit it.
Just throw it really big on the screen like a
Yeah,
trading
who he
card.
was, and he was up there saying when he was a kid, he always wanted to go to the moon on Ocarina of Time, and he figured out how to do it.
That's
But the
lit.
thing is that he pretty much just hacked the game, and he found out that it was just nothing but a skybox, or it's just an image pan in the background. But he did it.
But then there's Majora's Mask where it's like, hey,
The moon's
comes
coming to you.
We modeled the moon this one, baby. You already know.
But like one thing.
Don't worry, it's on its way in 3 days.
Or just put any From Software speedrunner out.
Call it the dark hour. Yeah. Call it the dark hour. Just have Distortion just be like, all right, runs over.
Like
Runs dead.
that's not even a bad idea. If they have like that's when you do like a whole speed run. Like you can sponsor and everything. Maybe have GDQ involved or ESA. So like that's how you get
Oh, the
the
European.
European one, so you can have it like international. So you just have like, hey, we're gonna do a 9-hour speed run of this RPG.
Yeah.
Have fun. There you go. That's your
That's
your
perfect
nighttime.
for the nighttime stuff. Yeah.
That's
'Cause, like, you
nighttime.
can do dark hour, like you can do like hard games, like speed runs or like dissections or whatever, and do them like at like 10, like the Toonami hour basically.
Yeah.
And then your Adult Swim will just be long games like I don't know.
Any RPG
And like Final Fantasy, I guess, is the go-to, but Dragon Quest 11 would be high.
or anything Pokemon.
Nothing Pokemon.
No, you be
If they do something like
Pokemon's going to
Nuzlocke-
get so many viewers though.
actually. If they can
Pokemon
get
will
any
get so
type
many
of
views.
any type of chat, any type of live chat, they definitely should do a Pokemon.
so they can do Nuzlocke.
You do a Nuzlocke or especially Nuzlocke Sword and Shield.
I wouldn't watch that if you paid me. I'm lying. If you paid me, I'd watch that. But I have better things to do with my time than watch mid gameplay. I don't care about Sword and Shield. Damn. I'm trying, but you brought up Pokemon.
The
How
first thing,
dare you?
the first thing you're gonna review is Sword and Shield and give it a 4 out of 5.
Oh.
Does Pokemon ever get a bad game? Does Pokemon ever miss?
Yes.
And G4 can definitely, if they actually do the thing right, and like just put all their hands in everything that.
Just stay away
makes
from
sense.
anything that's non-game related.
Stay away from cops forever.
Oh my god.
I mean, I
Cops.
like Ninja Warrior, but nah.
Like that's not their speed, and they never should have been, even though it was lit.
Oh, what do you guys think about analog games? Like board games.
I think that might only work.
Like there are board game tournaments, you know?
like what?
That would work for D&D. I don't
Like
really know
one
about
night,
much of this stuff.
One night Ultimate Werewolf, but with like,
One Night Ultimate Werewolf would
but
be
with
hot.
actual like people that are like either play poker or like something like that. So like it's actually worth your time to see.
One Night Ultimate Werewolf was actors who got too much time on their hand. And the first one they should get is Jack Black. And then see how Jack Black will be the werewolf every episode.
If you're gonna get Austin Creed to be anything with G4, I want him to first attend Kenny Omega again because that was hilarious.
I would love to see anything Marvel. Anything Marvel, not Marvel movies. Let's quit Marvel versus Capcom. Anything Marvel versus Capcom will be hot.
Okay.
Except Infinite too. I mean,
I wonder how they would be able to do like say we can get reality TV show gamings. Like have a bunch of people like live in a house and they compete in the game.
you ever watch that show on YouTube? When they started doing YouTube shows, it was the Game Grumps made it. It was about them being a pro game team.
Like Return like Burger Boss or something like that.
Yeah, it was like called Good Game or something like that.
Yeah.
that was a perfectly mid show that I would expect on G4.
Okay.
If they did more stuff like that, I'd like it, but I would like more stuff like Video Game High School because that was exceptional.
Video Game High School for the uninitiated was basically like top gamers in this world being put in the high school, and then like they would be put in like these obstacles and battle royals, but like it was geared towards what their game was, right? So for the fighting game players, like their controls were like fighting games. For the guys that are good at shooters, like they're actually like had the most guns and stuff. For action adventure or platformers, like they had better mobility. So like you're just doing stuff this, that, and the third to be who was the top gamer. Period.
I mean, VGHS was basically a sports anime. Like it followed basically all the rules of it, and then presented a school where the most fantastic type of stuff was happening. Like entire courses dedicated to fighting games, playing them and developing them, and they built a plot around this dude finding his way into a scholarship to get to the school. And then the cast is likable, the music is great. Freddie Wong shows some of his best work in this show, and he really started showing how he was a director. So I would love to see more stuff like that because I felt inspired. My problem was this whole thing, right? It's fun to talk about what you want to see with G4, and like what you're hoping for, and just theorize what could possibly they mean when they say they want to revitalize it. Mm-hmm. But the problem with G4 is that for me, and I don't know if this for most people, but G4 was an information highway for game stuff, right? And then the moment it was gone, you got IGN, Machinima, you have a bunch of YouTube sites that just literally do nothing but upload trailers. You have tons of reviewers and better reviewers because it's only one person.
Yeah.
So you had a more concentrated review. You know what you were looking for. Review contests were much easier to watch as a result. And then you got video essays and stuff like that. So G4 would just simply be taking all those things and putting it in one place. And I kind of see the idea there, but IGN already exists. And you're already following tons of people.
Like the only reason you would get G4 at this juncture,
nostalgia,
nostalgia, and just to be a decent alternative to GameSpot and IGN, which is actually not even that bad of an idea.
I mean, IGN,
IGN's like
pass.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people want to see Morgan Webb again.
Morgan Webb, Adam Sessler.
I don't want to see what Time did there. Adam Sessler. I don't want to see what Time did to Adam Sessler especially. Because he was already kind of like at the end of his rope. So like, if you really want to see your old stars fighting the test of time to do video game reviews, be my guest.
I mean, the guys from Attack of the Show still look pretty decent, like Amber and Olivia Munn.
What is Attack of the Show?
So
Attack of the Show, Olivia Munn. That's where she got her start.
Alex Pereira, he was kind of
the actor.
Yeah.
Olivia Munn came from there.
All right.
Yeah.
So Attack of the Show, like if X-Play did game reviews, Attack of the Show did like tech. So it did basically what Linus Tech Reviews is doing now. That's what Attack of the Show did, but for like this is what these new peripherals look like. These is what these do. These new headphones that you can plug in and Bluetooth, like stuff like that. That's what Attack of the Show was about. And it was an hour long, so you actually be more in depth and stuff.
So it's basically like, an ESPN talk show thing.
More or less, but like it was actually worth your time. You're actually looking for like cutting edge stuff, back then.
I mean, that would be cool. I mean, what I would want the most, would be skits. Now, I said it in the beginning, but that's the thing that G4 could do that would completely, make everything pale in comparison, because they would have a budget, and they would have professionally made skits. They would have it be topical about the games going on, and now memes make it very obvious what's happening in the communities, so you can make fun of a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, like G4, it's like, at this point you know you're going to look at it when it comes out. Because G4 was a part of a lot of people's childhoods, of course you want to watch some G4. But I'm probably going to drop it. It took me a long time, like the DC Universe app, right? I was on it since it came out, and I struggled with it for a minute, because there wasn't a lot of stuff to do, right? And what made me keep it was Doom Patrol, because it was a really killer application for the app. Not application, but it was a stream site. But when I say application,
it was a good show.
It was something to go to the app for. But by the time that Harley Quinn came out and got to its second season, that's when it clicked because they have all the comics. They put events in order and they make it easy for you to consume stuff that you missed out on. And they have a community part where you can just, this is forums, you know? Like they made an app, but it took a while to get to the point where it is right now.
Yeah.
And all they basically have is a bunch of old media and sometimes they post the movies. It still got issues, but now it's a worthwhile app. My thing with G4 is that I'm gonna watch it day one, but a G4 cannot keep me there. That's the issue. And I already told you why, like, it's probably not. Because, like, nothing it can offer except maybe the skits thing is really worth your time. Except that exploit all the way stuff. That was fun. Like, my childhood brain gets lit every time I hear that. You guys remember that?
Yeah.
Exploit all the way. That was like the last thing that they did, wasn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
It was the end of Exploit. I remember that.
That's why I remember it.
And they're gonna play that in the trailer for a G4's commercial. That would be pretty sick.
Like, I feel like G4 can definitely, like, get his audience back and new. And he just go all the way with it.
Another thing that G4 can do, they can have the award ceremonies. I can't say it.
The game show, like Draw Awards.
I do not want to see the Game Awards
on G4.
Well, that would make it more commercialized, and it's already a commercial nightmare.
Actually, it'd be even better to bring Game Awards to G4 because that was G4 and game trailers was kind of synonymous.
So where do we land when it comes to G4? Like overall, like I know a lot of people are excited, but when it comes down to the brass tacks, like how do you guys feel about G4 coming back, like in one sentiment?
If they do everything they need to do, they can stay basically the whole time. If they don't do everything, like they need to do absolutely everything they need to do. If they don't, they're dead within like 2 years. If they do,
2 years.
But if they do everything they need to do, they last as long as IGN, not longer.
See, I'm either or. Like if G4 comes back, I'll do my part. I'll watch it. If they make you pay for the app, it's dead on arrival. But if it dies, it dies. If it doesn't, then I welcome it back into the gaming sphere and welcome all the new people they bring into the limelight. I'll enjoy it, you know, because we'll actually have kind of like a completed gaming community with a return to G4. So that'd be pretty exciting. But
yeah, I'm like pretty interested to see how it is gonna come back. Its format, the format it chooses to come back in, because I don't believe they just said it's gonna be revival, and they didn't say exactly how it planned on releasing. A lot of the Twitch, you're getting a lot of Twitch involved. I'm just curious to see how they're going to do their, pretty much how they're going to do the segments. If they're going to try to go back to that earlier era where they had the 13 lineup shows. If they're going to try to do like the lineup shows that they did earlier in its life cycle and things of that sort. But more importantly, how it's going to come back. Is it going to come back on TV? Is it going to just do an app-based thing, or, you know, or is it going to be a segment on Twitch? But
that would be the worst.
Yeah,
that would be like, all right, G4 is back. Whatever.
My
glasses.
With that same sentiment too.
Just toss your glasses.
That'd be a perfect transition.
But yeah,
Perfect.
but let us know in the comment below what you guys think, what you guys would want from G4 if it were to return, or what format you would rather digest it in. Would it be something that would be an app-based? Do you want to get a TV? How about get a TV with the fat back? You know, go to like a Radio Shack and then do it like that.
I would love to see someone going around kind of just doing junk, technician junk. That would be tight. That would be like weirdly kind of tight if they get someone real charismatic. Like that would be a good show. Yeah, I would watch.
That'd be fantastic.
Cause I would just be like, dang, I'm kind of bored. I'll go watch this dude do nothing out of something. Make something out of nothing.
Yeah.
You know. I'm gonna do this poorly, but I'm charismatic, so you won't mind. But like and subscribe. Follow me on my Twitter. Crocodile is my name. I don't spell it. You'll just know it in the title. And you have a fantastic day. Yeah, that's a good sign off.
Likewise.
Like and subscribe. And favorite the video. Also comment, because that's the most important thing right now when it comes to algorithms. It's stupid. I don't know. It's stupid. All right.
Well, I appreciate you, Otto, for signing off. Keenan, Thank you for coming back again. I'm gonna have him on the show again, and you guys take care. Peace.
Yeah, I like that. Like comments explain.